Over in Vietnam, Prime Minister Nguyen Phuc attended a virtual conference of health ministers of the World Health Organization Western Pacific region. And then in a message he sent to the Stand-in Solidarity to Combat COVID-19 conference, the Prime Minister underlined Vietnam's motto of fight epidemics as if fighting the enemy. We have more from our EBC Vietnam Bureau's Chriselle Acuña. Chriselle? Hello, Chriselle.
Hi, Alma. Yes. Hi, Alma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chriselle.
Okay. So here's the latest from Vietnam. 2 more new COVID-19 cases were spread in the community, including 251 patients nationwide. So early morning, April 8, the Ministry of Health announced 2 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of patients in Vietnam to 251. Remarkably, both patients were spread in the community and one was not. Clearly contagious source with complex epidemiological factors. So one is a 50-year-old Vietnamese woman, and the other one is a 64-year-old male. Because patient 51, or the 64-year-old male, has many complex epidemiological factors. He is a serious patient. The source of infection is unknown. He has a long stay in the hospital already, and so the doctors are monitoring closely to him, Alma. Okay, so up to now, Vietnam has confirmed 251 COVID-19 patients, with 126 having recovered, according to Ministry of Health figures. No fatality in association with the disease has been reported in the country to date. Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City make up more than half of the total cases. The country has carried out 106 tests while quarantining more than 74,600 people who returned from regions hit by the epidemic or had close contact with infected patients. In line with this, Alma, Vietnam is still undecided about extension of social distancing duration, according from the government office. Vietnam has yet to decide whether to continue enforcing social distancing after it expires in the middle of this month, despite the measure having helped slow the infection rate of novel coronavirus disease, according to the government office. As we all know, the country started practicing enhanced social distancing on April 1 that will linger until the end of April 15, following a directive given by Prime Minister Nguyen Phuc. The government will consider either relaxing the measures or keeping them after this date, depending on the development of the COVID-19 pandemic. He said, we cannot stop the implementation of the directive if new infection clusters emerge on April 15. So now we cannot foretell whether we will extend the social distancing duration. He also stressed, although we still don't need to declare a public health emergency, martial law, or national lockdown, proper social distancing will prevent widespread community transmission and cross-infection, he explained. Vietnam Prime Minister tells Western Pacific Region Health Conference, concerted efforts will help beat COVID-19. Prime Minister Nguyen Phuc has told the virtual conference of health ministers of the World Health Organization, Western Pacific Region, that the world will triumph over novel coronavirus disease with concerted efforts. In a message sent to the Stand-in Solidarity to Combat COVID-19 conference on Wednesday, Prime Minister Phuc underlined Vietnam's motto of fight the epidemic as if fighting the enemy. So he also said that Vietnam is willing to sacrifice economic interests to safeguard the lives and well-being of its citizens. Immediate actions have been taken to help people facing hardship, particularly the vulnerable, poor, and workers, making sure that no one is left behind. The Southeast Asian country has kept the situation under good control. He extended thanks to the international community and the people around the world for the support and assistance to Vietnam. So in line with this, Elma, Vietnam offers goods to prevent European countries COVID-19, including 550,000 antibacterial anti-drop cloth masks. Deputy Foreign Minister To An Dung awarded the symbolic number of COVID-19 support products to from Vietnam to France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and United Kingdom, those that are badly affected by the disease. The amount of gifts included 550,000, or about 500,000, antibacterial and anti-drop cloth masks manufactured by Vietnam. The ambassadors highly appreciate the help of Vietnam, although it is also suffering heavily, but they are ready to share resources and support citizens of other countries in Vietnam, including the treatment of those who have tested positive for coronavirus. Countries will work closely with Vietnam to combat epidemics and maintain cooperation, trade, information, and support to overcome the difficulties. Alma?
Yes. Okay, also Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen Phuc suspended fish exports to stabilize the domestic supply in the face of the pandemic. And this decision comes with a ban on exports of rice. Can you tell me more about this?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the export of?
Cambodian PM suspended the fish exports to stabilize the domestic supply in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. And this decision comes with a ban on exports of rice. Is this still true?
So far, Vietnam has always maintaining its good relationships, especially with the ASEAN countries. So I think it keeps getting on. But we still maintain that way, Ama.
So you're still exporting. He didn't really ban it.
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chriselle. And I know you have work to do, but thank you so much for your time. Keep safe and stay healthy.
Thank you. Reporting from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, this is Chriselle Yacuna. We live in interesting times.